What's up, guys? It's your boy, What If God here, back at it again with another new What If. This What If is a What If deku was a wendigo. For the first couple of parts, it will be brutal, it will be bloody, and I'm not gonna put 18 plus in the beginning of the video because I warn y'all, it's gonna be brutal, bloody, gory. So if you don't want to listen to it, I advise you to just cut off now, because right now it's just the first part. And it's gonna be like the first two parts are gonna be brutal and bloody. So yeah, now let's begin the what if. Now then, so we start off with a normal day in the Midoriya's household. Okay. Now here's the difference between with Izuku and Midoriya, right? Inko and Izuku are the same, alright? Hisashi is in your life. Don't worry about what he's gonna look like. Well, not now because I don't have a picture of him, but don't worry about what he's gonna look like. And Izuku has a twin sister named Izumi Midoriya. Don't worry about what she look like. She's gonna be relevant soon. Anyways, so we start off. It's Izuku coming home from school. Well, actually coming from the court doctor, because Izumi and Izuku may be twins, but they like to do their own thing from time to time. They don't like to do things together all the time. So he got home. He was printing out his quirk list. He had a sad face on his, sad face on him. And his mother and his sister was asking what's wrong with Izuku. Is he okay? Did he have a bad quirk, or as Hisashi's like, no. Izuku is quirkless. As Inko's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Izuku. As Izuku's like, it's okay. It's okay. They're comforting Deku. Deku appreciated this, and he feels a little bit more happy, right? So Izuku's like, I gotta go to my room. See you guys later. As he goes to his room, well, their room. As Inko's like, Izumi's here. Can you please go talk to Izuku? I have something to talk to your father about. As Izumi's like, okay, mother. As she's going upstairs to talk to Izuku. Let's cut to the conversation that Inko and Hisashi are going to have. As they're talking. As Inko's like, I don't know what to do, Hisashi. He seems so down, like sad. I don't know what to do. As Hisashi's like, I don't know what to do either, Inko. Damn. I wish there was something we could cheer him up with. As he's thinking. As, he got it. As he's like, how about this, Inko? And she's like, yeah. Summer's coming up this week, right? Coming up soon, right? She's like, how about we take Izuku and Izumi to my family's, not to my family's, but to a resort. What's it called? I forgot the damn name. As Inko's like, well, what type of resort is it? As, Hisashi's like, well, it's a snowy resort. It's in the mountains. As Inko's like, in the mountains? That doesn't sound too bad for the kids. They never seen snow before. It could be exciting. As Hisashi's like, of course it could. What could go wrong? It could be a good day. And besides, it could cheer Izuku's up. So Inko agrees. And so for the following months, Deku's been bullied by Bakugo, but not too much, because Izumi was there to stand up for her brother, and she be beating the shit out of Bakugo. Why? Because she took some classes. Her and Izuku took some classes. It's just that Izuku doesn't go like that, like Izumi does. But she's gonna be relevant soon. So it's summertime, right? And Hisashi's like, well, kids, we have some exciting news today. As Izuku and Izumi are like, in sync. What is it, Dad? As Hisashi's like, well, we're going to go to the resort for this summer. As Izuku's like, for this summer? Really? A resort? As, Hisashi's like, yeah, a resort. It could be fun. We could go snowboarding. We get to play snow fight. We get to do all this exciting stuff. And Izuku's like, that sounds pretty fun, Dad. I can't wait to go. As, Hisashi's like, yeah, okay. Well, I guess we should go there then. As, they all pack their things. They're going there for the summer. And to be honest with you, that's what they did. So when they get there, they're greeted by Hisashi's family, right? Parents, to be exact. And, well, yeah, family. I'm not going to name them because, no. So, as they get there, you see Izuku and Izumi get out the car. As they run and say, Grandma! As they go and hug Grandma. Now, the grandmother is also quirkless. And, yeah. So, she is not going to be mean to Izuku. Most of Hisashi and Iko's family are quirkless. So, they're not really going to be mad at all. Okay? So, as they get out there and they go talk to Grandma. They say hello to Uncle Rick, Uncle Auntie, and their uncles, and yeah, they had a pretty good time. They talk to the cousins, and they have a good time. For the whole summer, they go. For every summer, they go to the resorts. They do different things. They see different things. And they have more fun each and every time. Up until we gotta do this at 12. They're 12. Okay. They're finna go back to the resort again. Now, here's where everything changed, and here's where things start taking it downhill towards the Wendigo. As you do have Deku and Izumi getting dressed to go to the resort for another 2 months of fun in the snow. And they practically enjoyed it there. Izuku loves it more because Hisashi family lives up in the north. In the somewhere near the mountains. And yeah, he enjoys it over there more. He feels more comfortable there. He feels like he should be there. So, as of this all happens. Now then, it's only 8. Fuck. So they get there as normal. They get out. They say hello to your family. Blah 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 blah. As they go inside, they do talk a little bit more. As, one of their uncles brought up, so, Izuku, you got a girlfriend yet? Izuku blushed. And he's like, no, uncle, I don't have one yet. As Izumi's like, yeah, you'll never get one. As, she giggles a little bit. As her auntie was like, well, Izumi, do you have a boyfriend yet? As she blushed and says, no, I do not have one yet. Just a little get together, just a little family fun. As, Hisashi said, well, you better not have one. As, their auntie was like, hush up, Hisashi. You had one when you was that age. As Inko's like, oh, really? What was her name? As, their auntie was rambling on, like, oh, her name was, her name was Lisa, fuck it. Alright? As Inko's like, Lisa? Oh, how was this, Lisa? So Sasha's like, no, no, no. Look, Inko, it's not, it's not, it's nothing. It's all in the past. Can we just leave the past behind us? I'm married to you, remember? Andrew's like, well, I remember when you and Lisa used to have been all over each other. It was so adorable. Inko's like, oh, so y'all was all over each other, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Sasha's like, no. Calm down, Inko. There's nothing to it. Their auntie start giggling. It's so adorable. Anyways, so as of that all happens, we do have everyone talking as they sit around the campfire to say, well, yeah, not the campfire, the chimney, and they're telling spooky stories. They tell spooky stories every time, and they all have to bring new stories in. So one of them, one of the adults tells about a story about a monsters, blah blah blah, ghost, killers and shit. Now, we cut to grandma. We all know grandmas know the scary shit. So, when it comes to grandma, she always says the most scariest shit every goddamn time. But the thing is, every one of them are true. They all happen at some point in time. Like the Krampus. Yes, the Krampus and the Wendigo are in the same universe. Okay? Like, a talking doll, Chucky. That shit doesn't exist no more, though. Shit like that. Monsterverse. Anyways. So we do have Grandma, let's call her Grandma Ashley. As Grandma Ashley is telling the story about the most vicious monster known to man, the Wendigo. Everyone scoot in closer, right? Because they already know that Grandma Ashley is going to tell a hell of a scary story. So, let's begin. So they all get closer, surrounding their grandma and their mother. I said, like, come on, Grandma, tell us. And they're like, yeah, Mom, tell us. So she's like, okay. Everyone calm down and shush. So, she's like, well, we start off with a young boy. As a young boy. We start off with a young boy as he's just wandering around the woods. Like, at this time, in the dark, snowy woods. As he's just minding his business and admiring the scenery, the beautiful skies, and the lovely, how cold it is, the weather, the trees, the animals. He would just mind his business until he saw some creature-like thing with antlers, a jaw the size of a wolf, fur, hell, even a tail. It was all scary. It was weird, creepy. And then, and they all scoot closer. And then, she's like, and then, as they get closer, and then, as she's that, I need some water. As they all flop down the ground, like, oh man. So, she gets up, gets a drink of water. She comes back, sits down, and drinks some water. She took a sip. Now she's like, okay then. Here's the real story. I was like, wait, what? You asked? She's like, no, that was fake. I just want to get y'all into it so I can ruin y'all moment. And y'all like, oh my gosh, Grandma. She's like, anyways, let's continue. She's like, here's the real story about the hideous creature, the Wendigo. So she tells them a story about the Wendigo and what they do and what happened. Let's get to this part. This is the brutal part. She did not hold back. She did not hold any detail, and neither shall I. So, as she says, as the creature got closer and closer to the man, stalking his prey. As the man did not know what's going on or what's happening. As all of a sudden, his arm came off. He screamed in pain and agony as he starts, flopping on the ground, screaming, holding his arm in pain, screaming, what the fuck is, as, he flips around and sees the snarly, scariest creature that he ever saw in his lifetime. As this creature was eating his arm, eating the bone, eating the flesh, tearing the flesh and tearing the muscles off, eating it as he sees blood dripping from down this weird shaped jaws that could bite through pretty much anything. That's what he sees. As of all that happens, right? Anyways, so as of all that happened, now you do have deku. Not deku. Deku. He's getting a little bit frightened. He's getting a little bit freaked out. Everyone is. As she did not hold back. As she continues with the story. As the man looks up and sees the most nastiest creature ever. As the creature kept on eating his arm, the guy was screaming in agony. But he decided to get up and start running anyways. He had to go to the doctor. He had to go see help. He has to go back to the log cabin. As the log cabin is covered, the roof is with snow. The snow is everywhere. Blood trails happening. As the dude is running, panting, screaming for help. As the wendigo finished eating his arm, as he looked up, hearing the man, sensing that he was running away, as it smelled his blood dripping from one side of the arm, as the wendigo ran towards the man, and it sliced his back, as the man fell down to the ground, blood pouring everywhere around him, as he's crawling, trying to get away, as the wendigo put its paw, its weird paw, or its hand-like paw, onto his back, stopping him from moving. As the man is crying out of fear, praying for God to save him. As he's praying for someone to come help him. As the wendigo rips open his back. As you see his spine, his rib cage, his guts coming out from the back. As the wendigo was eating him alive. As the dude was screaming in pure bloody agony. Indigo rips out his spinal cord, killing the man. As of then, the wendigo ate his guts out of his back, and then he starts to bend over, clawing out his eyes, eating them one by one. Oh, I guess he only has. I can say he has a cord where he has 4 eyes, eating all 4 of his eyes. As then, the wendigo smashed the man's head in, getting all the juicy bits of the brain as it chews on him. As everyone's getting freaked out, they're getting scared, they're getting closer and closer. Deku and Yuzumi are holding each other's hand because how frightened they are. Everyone is hugging each other because how frightened and scared they are. As, she said. And then the wendigo ate every last piece of his body. As, and then he was never to be heard of again. Until a couple years later, a couple months later when they found his bones. As, with slash marks on them, bite teeth marks. As of, they all like, what the fuck? The fuck? Did I just hear? As Grandma was like, well then, how was the story this time? As everyone was like, it was good. It was pretty terrifying. I can tell you that. As Grandma, Ashley was like, good. Now, with that being said, I am going to go fix us some hot chocolate, and we're going to put on a movie. How does that sound? As they're all like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. As of, you know. So, as of Deku and Izumi, whoa, one day Izumi invited some friends over, not friends. One day Izumi was out walking about in the snow. You know, it was one day, it was the next day. She was walking around in the snow when she thought she heard a weird sound, which, to be honest with you, it sounded like a animal sound or a person sound. She couldn't make it out. So, here's what they had happen. As of, my bad. So, as of, she was out there for a little too long. So she's walking about trying to find this sound, you know. May I remind you it's nighttime? Yeah, it's nighttime. And, she's using her quirk as a light, for fire. Because she has a pyrokinesis quirk. And yeah. So she's walking as she's just trying to find out what that noise was, that sound. And she made it towards not the ledge, towards a herd of antelopes. Or not antelope, elves. Elves? The deer? Yeah, I guess. Elk. That's the word. As she sees a herd of elk. She's just using her fire. She sees a herd of elk. And she's like, oh, well, silly me. I guess I go back home. I guess I go back to the lodge now. She turns around. She's like, which direction did I go to? And she's looking around like, did I go this way? Or did I go that way? She's kind of confused. As of, well, she hears a noise in the bush. And she's getting scared. She's like, who's there? Come out. Now. And she do have Izuku coming out. As like, calm down, sis. It's just me. She's like, Izuku. Thank you. Thank God. I thought you was something else. That story that Grandma told us still kind of frightened me. Izuku's like, it's okay. What? Oh, come on now. We gotta go back to the lodge. Mom was worried about us. She's like, okay. As they're following. Deku remembers the way. So they're going back to where he came. As they see another, the same herd of elk running past them, right? As they heard bushes, they got scared. What's that? As the herd of elk was jumping, running past them. It's like, oh, it's just them. As they hear like a cry, like a weird animal cry. As they got scared, they're like, what was that? As Dick's like, I don't know. But we should probably hurry up and get back home now. As, Izumi's like, yeah, you're right. As Dick's like, you think you can use your fire to light the way? As Deku's like, Izumi's like, yeah, sure. So they're walking. Well, yeah, now they're speed walking because they're hearing the noise, the same scary noise again. As they're walking and walking, they're walking faster and faster. Then you keep on hearing the noise. They start a little light jog. Then they start doing a jog, and then they start sprinting the hell out of that shit. Izumi still keep her fire on. Make sure they have light to see. So, with that being said, as then, Izumi tripped. Izuku was going. He's like, come on, Izumi. As he runs back, picking up. As they start running, right? And they see like a bright flame of light on the other side. As they just go the other way, sprint the other way. As they start running, and running as they get towards a ledge. Now this ledge, a ledge. Now, so as they see, they're by the ledge. Deku's checking to see if he got his phone. He does not have his phone, so he could not call nobody. Izumi didn't have a phone at the time either. So they're just holding each other. Izumi is making sure she had her fire up as of that happens. As they see like oh my gosh. They see like a dark figure walking towards him with something in his hand or is in his hands. As he's walking towards them, as they're going back towards the ledge, they're like scared. They're like, okay, okay. As Ideku kind of went too far a little bit. As like a piece of rock came off. As he puts his foot back to stop. As of that, all that happens, you do see Izuku. As the man is getting closer and closer, they start getting further and further back until they fell. One of them, Izuku managed to grab the branch. He managed to grab the branch. He was holding on tight to Izumi's arm. And as the man was getting closer and closer, trying to grab him, Deku was trying to pick a decision whether he should drop Izumi and save his ass, or she just drop both of them and just end it all. He was kind of deciding whether to do this or that. And well, he did just that. He dropped both of them. And well, unfortunately for them, they fell into a pit, hit a bunch of rocks, broke their fucking backs. Their necks fucked up. All that shit fucked up. As the man's the dark figure's as he gets back up and walks away. Well, next morning, all the family members were looking for him. Izuku and Izumi, they called the cops, the park rangers, blah, blah, blah. Everyone was looking for Izumi and Izuku. They couldn't find him. The heroes couldn't find him. The cops couldn't find him. Right? They just got rolled off as dead. And unfortunately, that broke everyone's hearts, including their mother and father's heart. So, as of all that happens, right? As we do see Izuku, plot armor, that shit. I'm telling you, he got plot armor. And Izumi, she has plot armor too, but not that much. She's not the main character. So, as of that, all that happens, you do have Deku. As he's coughing a little bit, he gets up. He's like, Izumi. As Izumi coughs up, she's like, Izuku, is that you? As Izuku's like, yeah, that's me. As they're like, well, Izumi's badly injured. So is Izuku, but he's taking that shit though. And he's corpus. He has to take that shit, bro. All the pain he went through, he has to take that shit. So, as of all that happens, we do have Deku over the next couple, Deku and Izumi over the next couple of days. They managed to find a couple of food down there, but not a lot to satisfy them. And, well, yeah, hours turn to minutes. Seconds turn to minutes. Minutes turn to hours. Hours turn to days. Days turn to months, and months turn to years. They didn't last a year. Well, two of them didn't. As of here's what happened. So they were very hungry. They couldn't find no food or scavenge anything, right? As Izuku, was thinking about letting Izumi eat him, so that she can at least survive for a couple days, maybe. And Izumi was thinking about letting Izuku eat her. But she didn't have to think that. Here's what Izuku was doing. Izuku saw Izumi, and he was really hungry. Now, Izuku wasn't the one who was eating as much. Due to the fact that he was less hurt, Izumi was more hurt than Deku, right? So Deku feel like that Izumi should eat more. Due to the fact that he didn't eat that much, and he was starving, he saw Izumi, and he was going crazy. He was going crazy. And here's what happened. Here's what happened. As Izuku lunged at Izumi like a wild animal. Izumi is wondering what the fuck is he doing. So she tells him, Izuku, what are you doing? What are you doing? As Izuku's like, hungry. I need food. As Izumi's like, please, stop. Izuku, don't do this. As Izuku is not listening. He's mad hungry. He's just hungry. As of Izuku was just tearing her up. He was just hitting her and hitting her. He bashing her head into the fucking rocks, smashing her head as she's ripping pieces of her hair. As he ripped her ear off and like it was eating it. As he just went ham. As of he, let's what else is this? As he gorged out her eyeball and then just like chomps on it. As he just going mad crazy. He keeps on bashing her head in too. As he got a sharp rock. And he managed to stab her to her body, obviously. And he just brutally ate her. I mean, he ripped her arm off using her arm. And she was just still screaming in agony. So Deku grabbed her jaw and ripped it off. I mean, he got this amazing amount of strength, right? He just got this boost of strength. So he just rips her jaw off, right? And starts eating it. She was dying. Blood was gorging out as he ripped her tongue out. And as of, he ripped her tongue out, ate it, tasty to him. It's just, everything was tasting so fucking good to him, right? As of that happened. Now then, you do have Deku practically fucking her up. He put his whole hand down her fucking body and rips out her heart. Due to the fact the heart is more closer to the mouth than the lungs. Anatomy, smart. Anyways, he rips that out and eats it. And she's dead. And she's been dead, to be honest with you. As Deku just keeps on going, just chomping and chomping. And while he's doing this, he is crying. He's crying heavily. But he can't stop for some reason. As he's just gnawing and eating and biting. He's crying heavily, too. That is his sister. He does not like that. And he wants to be a hero. And he's being a hero and eating his own sister. And instead of trying to save her, he's disgusted with himself. But he can't stop. So here's what else he does. He rips out her chest. And, yeah. He pretty much ate every part of her fucking body. Except for the private part. Out of respect, I guess. But he pretty fucking much ripped out her fucking lungs. Chopped them up in pieces and ate them. That's when he starts to turn. His body starts to change. He starts to, as his body, he starts getting taller. He starts getting fur around his body. His eyes begin to change. His jawline began to fucking drool. His teeth began to get sharper. His fucking hands became like claw-like, sharp as hell, sliced through practically almost anything. His teeth started growing a tail, a sharp tail that can practically like whack. It's strong as fuck. He started to grow antlers and all this. He has now turned into a fully developed wendigo. This is Deku's wendigo. This is what he looks like. This is his wendigo. Anyway, you know, see that sharp ass teeth? Yes, sir. See the antlers? Yes, sir. You see what he got on his antlers? Yes, sir. You see his tail bone-like? Yes, sir. Sharp ass shit? Yes, sir. Sharp claws? Just imagine those claws a little bit more sharper. And the hook and the feet, they're good. They're pretty much good. But that's what his wendigo will look like. And yes, let's continue because I'm not gonna end this until I feel like it. As of Deku he's still conscious of what he does, just not as much. But his full animal control is he's fucking beastie. He's fucking beast. So Deku is 13 at this point, but there's been more sightings of murders, victims, guts are out, blood streaming everywhere, brain pieces everywhere. Stories of a beast-like creature with antlers, bone-like tail, furry body, humanoid standing. They called it the Wendigo. As of, everyone is now scared of the mountains. They don't want to go back to the mountains. They don't want to go to the mountains because they're scared of the myth, the legend of the great Wendigo, the most brutal of them all. I mean, Deku is scary as fuck. Now, granted, you've seen the thumbnails, right? Alright, you've seen the thumbnail, how there's two different types of Wendigos, right? Two other Wendigos. Now, and two other people. They're gonna play a big role. So, yeah. They're gonna play a big role in this whole what if. And I'm gonna say that Wendigos have encounters with other Wendigos and they do have to duke it out, and whoever survives, survives. Now, the myth of the great Wendigo is all around the mountains. And there are hunters who are trying to hunt down Izuku, but it does not work anytime soon because Deku is a different breed. Here's what I mean by a different breed. I'm going to change everything about the Wendigo, but I'm keeping the same shit over. Now, this Wendigo, right, Deku's, he has a special type of ability where he can turn into this form and lure in people. He lures in prey like that. So because it's Deku, he's smart. He was smart. So I figured, why not make him a smart Wendigo? He lures in prey with this beauty. Now this is what his humanoid would look like. You know, the nails, the eyes, I guess the fangs too. And he will wear that same outfit. So there are rumors about a boy with white skin, red nails and red eyes and white hair, wearing black clothing, always in the woods at nighttime, and always dragging in people, mostly females, but he's always dragging his people, luring them into the Wendigo's beast jaws. There's rumors about that happening. Now, Deku prefers women over men due to the fact that his sister was a female and they tasted way much better. But he's not picky like that. He will eat a man. No hesitation. Pause about that. Anyways, that's what happens. Rumors begin to spread, myths, and then there starts to become hunters. And every other Wendigo have a special ability due to the fact that they live in the world of quirks. So I assume that most Wendigos will have abilities. But they all have the same common abilities. Superhuman strength and fucking ability. And I'm gonna say Deku has regeneration because why the fuck not? And then I'm gonna say they're they're pretty fucking fast. To be honest with you, they're fast and they're cunning. So yeah. Anyways, let's see. And their weakness is fire, and there's other things too. No, okay. And all of the Toroki will have an advantage. Momo will have an advantage. Bakio will have an advantage because they all have fire-based attack. Um, but yeah. How did somebody figure out his weakness? Was simple. So there was just one hunter who decided to bring a flamethrower. Now Deku, now all I want to kind of make them a little less OP than what they already are. They cannot get immune to fire. If they eat a fire core person, they can't get immune to it. They can't get immune to that shit. I'm sorry. In fact, their weakness gets stronger. So what I mean by that is fire will be much more deadly to them than the normal. Anyways, so you do have Deku, right? He's minding his own business, you know. He's walking along the forest. He's hunting some elk because he's hungry. Now, wendigos can eat other animals because humans aren't going to always be there. All right. So they hunt other animals too. There's a couple of different type of wendigos. Some wendigos not yield. There's like mid-level. There's like two different types of levels of wendigos. The high level, which is the high level wendigo, has horns, and the lower rank has no horns, no tails. Just I'll show you what a weak wendigo looks like. So Deku is pretty much a OP wendigo, kind of. It's sort of. Yeah. Basically, Deku, in a sense, she will fight other wendigos with horns. Some wendigos will have horns, and some will not. Some will have horns and tails, while others will not. I'm just trying to get your drift. So, anyways, as you do have Deku walking, hunting down his prey. He's finally caught him as he rips out the elk's guts out as the elk is still alive, trying to run away as the guts is spilling out, as Deku is playing with his prey, as he claws out the elk, rest of his organs out, as the elk collapses dead. Deku starts munching down on his prey, and also he's immune to the cold. So yeah, as that happens, he hears somebody walking towards him. As and their sense of smell and hearing and eyesight are enhanced a lot. I mean, they can see far as fuck. They can see darn, I think, but still. So Deku's looking at me, he's like, he's like, what the fuck? That's what he's thinking. He's like, what the hell? What's that smell? As he smells the air, as he turns around, and he's like, he's looking. As this is a hunter with a fire quirt. As Deku can see it, because of how much fire, how much, what's it called? Body heat this person releases is massive. So Deku is like, what the fuck? So Deku's walking around the bushes, stealthily. He's mostly in the trees though. He's mostly like a prey that jumps down from the tree. But he does have to be on the ground from time to time. So he's walking the bushes. He's just walking, being real stealthy, trying to make sure he doesn't make a bush move or nothing. As he's looking around, as this guy is just like wondering, like, oh, wendigo, come out, wherever you are. I'm a nice, juicy treat for you. As this guy's looking around for him. As of Deku, well, you know how Deku is. As he made a noise. As the dude, like, what the? He turned around. He like, there you are. As he just starts spraying. He just starts burning shit. As he has a hunter permit, and he has a permit to use his quirk. So the cops aren't gonna do anything to him. Now then, as of that happens, you do have Deku. Sorry. As you do have Deku running, as you know, he's hissing, as you know, snarling, growling, and roaring at the person. As you know, this guy is still shooting flames at him. As Deku is screaming pain because the flames burn their skin off. It's like it burns, it hurts. So this is Deku is like, as he looks at his arm, you know, as he starts running, as the dude's like, so his witness is fire, huh? That's interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. As he starts chasing after Deku, as Deku starts running, as his skin is regenerating, right? As Deku jumps into the trees, as Deku is now jumping from tree branch to tree branch surrounding the dude. He's about to make his strike, right? So, as a Deku is now jumping from tree branch to tree branch, trying to catch his prey. He's going to eat his ass, right? He's going to eat him. So, as of Deku, basically, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So he's going to jump down. As of Deku's going to claw at this man. As the man got caught off guard, as Deku managed to claw at him and sweep him with his nice tail, his bony-like tail. As she's always in trouble. As all that fucking happens. As this dude, as he just shoots out flames, right? Back at Deku, Deku, and screaming pain, as he runs away, not runs away, but backs away. Now then, for Deku's sake, I'm gonna give him a special ability to shoot out ice out his fucking breath. Why? Because I want his ass to be powerful. A powerful one to go to be able to fuck with. Now then, let's continue, shall we? And so Deku, he's kind of doing some Godzilla-like shit. Like his tail starts glowing like that color of Godzilla. And so his chest, as he just breathes out fucking ice. As this surprised the dude, he's like, what the? As he dodges barely and shoots back fire at Deku. As Deku fucking took it, but he ain't going down. He wants to kill him. He's hungry. He wants human flesh. He could tell the difference between a guy and a girl from the smell, obviously. Even without the perfume or any type of spray. Yeah. So he wants his prey, though. He's hungry. He doesn't want elk. He wants human flesh. But he only comes out at nighttime. That's the thing with Deku. But it's going to change to where he can come out in the daytime. But he's going to be a fucking threat. Honestly, he's going to be a fucking threat if he's able to come out in the daytime. But I'm going to allow him, though, because I don't give a fuck. Now then. So, Deku and this man is fighting. As this man severely injured Deku. Along with Deku doing the same. As this man would be the only one who was able to live and tell the tale of the great battle with the Wendigo. The Ice Wendigo, to be exact. The reason why he called him the Ice Wendigo is because unlike anything, because he can shoot out fucking ice out of his fucking mouth. And it's very powerful. To the point where it's almost like freeze-dry ice. Okay? It's almost like that. Or it's almost like nitrogen. Like fucking... Are you seriously? Are you serious? Liquid nitrogen, my bad. As of... that happens. And, you do have... Deku, severely injured. Like, he's still getting used to his whole Wendigo shit. His whole Wendigo body. And, he's severely injured. He wants to eat him. He wants to fucking tear his ass to shreds. He wants to. But I need somebody to live and tell the tale of the great Wendigo. No, as the Ice Wendigo. And so, with that being said, the man was able to live and tell the tale of the great Wendigo. The thing about this is, this man is someone special. He's gonna have a name, because he's someone special. Anyways. With that being said, you do have deku. You know, deku. And, the fuck? He's fucking passed out. So, as the man was able to, he's able to heal himself with his flames. As he's healing himself up, as he uses his flames to give him a boost of speed, so he can get the fuck out of there because he's severely injured. He can barely heal himself with his fire. It's not that powerful. He can only heal like minor injuries, not fatal. But he uses his quirk to fly, or get great speed out of there to get to the hospital. Deku just goes back to his little cave, grabs his little elk prey that he has. He didn't finish eating yet, but he grabs it. And he grabs his prey, takes him back to the lair. That's like where he died at. That's his lair. That's where he hunts at. That's where he keeps his food and eats. And he never goes out in the daytime because but he will soon. Because I want him to. Anyways, we do have, after that happening, we are going to end off with this right here. Deku is now, eating his prey, relaxing. As he sees all these other Wendigos coming out, as they are like growling. They're hungry. They haven't been a chance to go out and eat, right? Go out and hunt. All right, do the fact that their kind is almost that's all. So, as of Deku is like protecting his prey, animal instinct, as he's like growling back, as start charging up his little fucking ice beam. As Deku fucking charges that bitch up, and he just starts blasting the hell at him. It kills him. Not kills him, but it severely injures him. The ice can't kill Wendigos, but it can severely injure them if you get the right amounts of cold. But like I said, Deku's immune to that shit. Some amount of cold, but not all of it. So Deku legit made everyone to go back the fuck off because they were too scared. And they ain't bothering that niggas. Some Wendigos do bother him because they don't get too fucked. Anyways, and that's the end of Deku. Let's cut to this man. I just do maybe to the fucking, and he made it to the hospital, and everyone's like, the hospital's like, oh my god, get him to the room now. As they're checking injury, healing him, doing the best they can. He managed to survive. Okay. He managed to survive. So, that happens. So, we do have him in the hospital. He's like, damn. As his eye, Deku managed to claw his fucking eye out. So his eye is covered. Left eye. As of this guy is like, that damn fucking monster. As he kind of smiled at this because, he's kind of happy right now. I mean, he's enjoying this moment. As he's like, I'll kill you. You'll be the best trophy ever. Hang on my fucking wall. The Ice Wendigo. As it cuts to Deku sleeping, as we pan out, and that's the end of fucking Wendigo Deku. Wendigo. I'm gonna call it Wendigo, because, Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that nice fucking what if that did for you guys. Remember, part 1 and part 2 will be bloody, because the first 2 parts will be, or maybe the first 3 parts will be nothing but Deku killing and just brutalized healing people. So yeah. Anyways, that's what's good, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Remember, guys, this is the What of God here. Back, What of God here. Signing off from this whole entire damn video. Share this with your friends, family members who like What If. And if they don't, send it to them anyways. They might get into them and they might start watching them and make our community grow. Remember to go to the community tab and go to my Discord and, well, share your ideas with me. I'd like to know what y'all think about What If. I'd like to know y'all ideas about future What If. And, yeah. You can make monster What If like this one. And shout out to Vampire What If, also known as something else. I forgot the name, I'm sorry. But shout out to him, he or her, not judging. But shout out to them for giving this idea. See, you guys have some good ideas too. So just go to the Discord, share me some of your ideas, and we'll talk about it. Now, appreciate you guys for sticking with me for this long, and I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded as much as I normally did when I first started, or when I was in the thousands. I'm sorry. I just been busy, and I'm gonna let y'all know that I will not be doing some What If for a past week because it will be my birthday week, and I just want to chill out and celebrate my birthday week. Okay? So don't get mad if I don't post anything. I'm just letting you know that I'm taking a break for that week to celebrate my birthday, and I just want to have fun. So have a good day, everyone. And I really appreciate you guys for sticking with me for this long. And, well, hope we can grow as a community. Well, as a YouTube channel. Let's get to 5,000 subscribers. Shall we? And, yeah. Peace out.